Word.
The final word.
Special guest to the final word.
Voch Lombardi.
We got him in the building.
There he is. Word.
Special guest to the final word.
VL. Let's go.
Like that. VL.
Let's go. We got that
Hey, big
truck in the
game.
building.
Give me the money, man.
Yo.
Give me the money,
Yo,
dog.
I'm gonna take the money too. I'm gonna go ahead and be illiterate too, big dog. I'm gonna go ahead and be dumb as hell. I'm gonna go ahead and take the money. I'm gonna go ahead and take the money.
I before E, except after C.
What y'all talking about?
Hey, as long as you can count, money, right, Law? As long as you can count money and spell money, you
Yeah, he can count now.
Word.
You talking about
Special
Mayweather,
guest
man?
to
He's
the
our
final
friend.
word.
You know,
Oh, okay.
Voch
Mayweather.
Lombardi.
Already, man. Hey, who care about reading when you can count?
Right. So we'll poll the people that's watching right now, man. Would you rather have Mayweather money and can't read, or can read but don't have the money? You know, post that in the chat.
Hire the tutor, bro. That's it.
Gracie's corner. You know.
You know everybody taking dumb and money.
Yeah.
Nah, we're gonna get somebody gonna be on there, be like, nah, brother,
Special guest
I
to the
would be able
final
to be so smart to flip it.
Lombardi.
Okay.
Right.
The final word.
Shout out to Mother Mayweather.
No,
Shout
that
out
dude.
to Mayweather.
One of the best to ever do it.
Undefeated, baby.
Yeah, I still trip out, man. I was watching Black Panther and I heard that chant. I was like, man, that's the Voch. I had no idea.
Special guest.
I did it.
I didn't thought Black Panther was so Voch's sound effect, man.
Hey, ain't that some shit?
He says the final word.
Like,
Like,
Voch
man,
got that
fight.
time step in people's head, man.
Copyright.
Nah, hey,
I be stealing too, but I just use it anyway. I put it on the shirt and stealing it. In my stream, stealing it.
low key, that's an all-time
I be in the weight
drop.
room, it be in my head. My I just
Word.
Say Voch.
Special guest to the final word.
Voch.
Voch.
This is the truth about your drop. I'ma say what others ain't gonna say. We wish we thought of it. We wish we thought that drop.
He like, damn, he got it just right.
See, I'm gonna tell the
I
truth.
like that one.
That drop is stupid. Yeah,
It is stupid.
like, oh,
But
he
you know
beat me
what?
to it.
But
He
you know
beat me
what?
to it.
No, you know what? You can't say that, boss. You can't say that. You know why? Because certain drops are for certain people. You got me certain beats for certain
Special
people.
guest to the
Come
final
on now.
When
word.
you hear ours, it's
Voch
that's
Lombardi.
that's Voch. When you heard it, you like, yeah, that goes with him.
I would have made it mine.
And on top
I would
of
have made
that,
it mine if I would have been
though.
first.
No, it fits because when old boy ready to fight, that's all you heard before the war came out. You know, so it fits Voch, man. So when you hear that, you like, yeah,
You like,
something
yeah.
about to happen. You know,
Nah, it's
Yeah,
dope.
that's
fits.
Come
come on, man.
Voch.
Bless.
That's an all-time drop. Really is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
'cause
like Law
it's
with
perfect.
that damn, that Uzi Vert, man. That Uzi Vert, like, that shit
coming out of the
Special
cold.
guest to
Damn,
the
yup.
final
That's
word.
yup. Damn.
Lombardi.
Where's it at in here?
When they told me old boy from there, I kind of like, damn.
Hey, y'all in the building, go ahead.
See
and
how old
share.
girl was doing him? Man. See how old girl did him?
I just wanna run it up. Can we check or something? I've been really in the field, let up, yeah. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to
And if it was up to me, if it was up to little old me to make a pick, it would probably go a little something like this.
We got Kevin Gray
and with the 17th pick of the 2020 Dallas Cowboys NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select CeeDee Lamb. Oh.
CS is in the building. Let's go. Mickey, we see you. Kevin, we see you. Let's go.
I will move down.
The smart thing would be to move down, but the Cowboys historically don't.
Boss could be a trade down here with Justin. We got to trade. We got to trade. We got to trade.
I said this is the place to move.
We were just sitting here talking Justin Fields.
I said it loud and clear. This is the place to move down.
Go hard, go home, go hard, go hard, go home, go hard, go home.
And if I see you in the building, Nick.
Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, go home, go.
I love Parsons as a rush defensive end, right? If you draft him and you put him on the end, turn him into another DeMarcus Ware. Let him rush the quarterback, get upfield, and create damage to the other opposing offense.
We got the pick.
Man, here it is.
We got the pick.
Yeah, this gotta be Parsons. Like, Parsons the best player available.
Go home. Yeah, these championship rings on my hands now. In my head, I'm top 10, yeah, that's hands down. You a squad, now you're looking man down. Funny how foes turn to friends now.
So the Cowboys just selected Jake Ferguson with pick 129. Hey, I'm good. I love the pick. I love the player. I know that a lot of people will say that this is probably a reach. This is about where I had Jake Ferguson. Really solid player from Wisconsin. He can do all of it. He can block. He can run routes. He can actually make people miss in the open field.
Have a race car like a Atari and I'm caught filling up. I need product again. Treat the business like a playground. Might slide on you. Do me wrong, might slide on you. Do a backflip cause I'm mad rich. I'm the definition of what that is. Go hard, go home, go home, go hard, go hard, go home, go hard, go hard, go home, go hard, go hard, go home. Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, go hard, go home, go hard, go home.
All right, we got us a packed house, and we gonna come straight off the top rope. All right, so we had Mr. Voch Lombardi. Now you just did a 5 video. And we go start from the top with your video, and we go kick it off with you, big dog. So if you go to Voch Lombardi's page, right here, you'll see him ask a question, guard or tackle. You know, doing this thing. Made a hellified case. I listened to the whole thing today. And we talking about Tyler. All right, so Voch, we gonna start with you. Guard or tackle.
Like right now, or like forever? Like by the time we get to week 17, the future, as of June 27th, you know what I mean? That's a loaded answer, you know?
I know.
That's a loaded answer.
Yeah.
You know, the real life answer is, you know, Tyler Smith did some fantastic things last year at left tackle, but I don't think this about Tyler Smith playing left tackle. This is just about getting the best 5 out there, right?
Yeah.
And I wouldn't mind Tyler Smith playing left tackle if, you know, I felt better about the left guard position if Tyler wasn't there. You know, I just look at the left guard spot and I got Chuma Adoga and I make an ugly face because Chuma Adoga right there. You know, I got Riches and I got an ugly little face because I don't really know what Austin Rich is going to do. TJ Bass, undrafted kid, I don't know what he's going to do. Farniak is a guy that they believe in, but they may believe in him to an extent. They may believe in him to come in and do Joe Looney things, but they don't believe him to start full-time guard. So I got questions, man. And I would love for Tyler to keep playing that guard, but I think Tyler top tier enough to do both all year. You know, he played tackle at Tulsa. That was cool. And all off season, they was just prepping him for guard. He'll go to Duke Manyweather and his top tier special magic O-line school that make everybody better. And he shows up, he played guard there, and he did guard all off season, the whole training camp. Just at the snap of your fingers, all right, you got Shaq Barrett week 1. He did it. So that leads me to believe that Tyler Smith is talented enough to do it. The reason why he got to play guard is because Tyron just got to play tackle. And you just can't leave one of those dudes off the bench. Like, you can't put those dudes on the bench. They was lying to us, right? Oh, Terrence could play guard. That's nonsense. Tyron could play right tackle. That's nonsense. It doesn't make sense. If anybody wants to make the best 5, it just got to be Tyron, Tyler, Kratos, and then Terrence Steele. Now, the inevitable is going to happen. It's bound to happen around week 5. It may not even take week 5. It may take the 5th week in training camp. Tyron's going to go ouch. He's going to run to Brett Brown, and then we're going to go back to regular life. But we're going to have to figure out left guard at that point. Unless Waletzko shows up and he's a gangster. But Tyler is a guard right now, but by week 5, he'll be a left tackle.
Okay. So when that happened, then what?
Shit, Tyler going to be playing left tackle for the rest of his life, and Tyron's going to have to ride off into the sunset. It is what it is.
The guard position is going to probably be what, Matt Farniok? Or
we're gonna have to roll some dice.
We're gonna
have to roll some dice.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Farniak, it's gonna be Chuma. TJ Bass is a guy. Now, what we would love to happen is just, whatever kept D-Law healthy last year, let that be the thing that keep Tyron healthy this year. But that ain't gonna be the case. Like I said about Waletzko, right? You would love for Waletzko to just show us something, right? To give us some offseason peanut butter, get big, thick, strong, and him to be able to take over left tackle, so we ain't moving too much. But it just seems like we're gonna have to have question marks at left guard. 9 times out of 10 is gonna be Farniak. I just think so.
Gotcha. So, Big, how do you see this playing out, big dog?
I mean, I agree with Voch, what he's saying, that they're pushing the best 5. I mean, we heard that the whole offseason, just like he said, Tyler Smith was at left tackle. We get to camp, he's at left guard, because it's kind of like Tyron Smith is going to get his way. It's like Frank Sinatra. He's doing it his way. So they're going to keep him out there, and as long as he's healthy, he's going to start. But I got a couple questions for you, Voch. Number 1, it's on the right side, and it's with Terrence Steele, and it's with Waletzko. You mentioned Waletzko. Now, it seems like the team is very high on him, especially Stephen Jones. Now, when I'm looking at Terrence Steele contract, he's on a 1-year deal, $4.3 million. He's going to look for more money, obviously. He was one of the top right tackles in the league before he got hurt, was playing very well. I'm sure he's going to want to get paid. Do you think – there's a 2-part question. Do you think, number 1, are they going to try to prep the Waletzko thing for a possible, change? Because I heard they're possibly talking with Terrence Steele. Do you think they'd lock him up, or what do you think? Because what if Waletzko and shows and he looks good? Do you think that changes their thought pattern with Terrence Steele and the contract? And one last thing is, as far as the offensive line and the offense as a whole, what's the one thing that's really going to make Dak Prescott successful in this offense? If you could answer that for me, please.
If Matt Waletzko shows you that he can start, boy, you in a pickle. You in a pickle. And I hate these kind of situations, because now you like you almost creep it into your mind, this nonsense I'm about to say. Voch don't believe this. I'm just saying, like, this is some nonsense that pops up. You go, damn, we got too many good dudes, and that ain't true. You know what I mean? There's no such things as too many good dudes, right? Offensive line as a whole, all around the league, it's garbage. It's trash. It's terrible. Cam Irvin can play here for 16 weeks and we hate him. Hit the market and immediately get some money from Carolina or something, because he Cam Irvin. It could be anybody that's Jeremy Parnell was the guy. Mackenzie Bernardo was the guy that did that. Chaz Green got money somewhere. All these characters, Flowers that we just kept whooping, and he just kept going to other teams, just keep getting more money. Offensive line as a whole is just a need for it. So I'd be foolish to go, oh, Terrence Steele, leave. I got Waletzko. You know what I mean? And Stephen Jones probably does have confidence in Waletzko, but I think he got that confidence in Waletzko like he got that Daryl Worley confidence. You know what I mean? Like, I feel good about him until we need somebody better. You know what I mean? And the one thing I don't want to get into, man, hold on, man, let me get focused, bro. the one thing I don't want to get into is misunderstanding what kind of team we are, right? We not just team building, bro. We not just roster. This ain't like, I don't know, like some scrub team that's building for, like we trying to contend. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We're trying to contend. And the one thing I don't want to do when we trying to contend is just be all right with something, right? The Philadelphia Eagles ain't never just all right with something. The Philadelphia Eagles had a great D-line, and they drafted another 350-pound kid. That wasn't enough. They got 2 old 350-pound people off the street. That wasn't enough. They went and drafted another 310-pound just to keep adding because they didn't want to leave stones unturned. Cool. If that's the ops, right? If that's the ops, so they got as many top-tier cheering as they can find, why would I go Terrence Steele?
Exactly.
Thank you.
Terrence Steele.
Exactly.
Why would I shoot there? I'm gonna find a way to make this shit work. I can cuss on this show. I can say shit on this show.
Yeah.
Man. I'm gonna find a way.
Yeah.
Find a way to make this shit work, huh?
Right.
Because look, man,
you can't have too many players, right? You can't have too many good players, right?
Dak Prescott, and I'm gonna say a lot of good things about Dak Prescott. James, this answering your second question. I say a lot of good things about Dak Prescott, and I know Dak, and a lot of people down on Dak right now. But if I know anything about Dak, Dak can win football games with the 30th pass rush win rate in the league. I know he can do it. I've seen him do it. Right, getting sack pressures hits, he do it. But except when we go against the number 1 defense in the league, we need more. Right. Ooh. I've seen Dak whoop. I've seen Dak whoop ass with Noah Brown. He's done it.
Get him.
And people love to act like this is some type of bad thing about Dak. They compliment Dak when they say it, right? Oh well, Dak should have won with Noah Brown and Dalton Schultz. Really?
Thank you.
Really?
Get him.
So Dak can make Noah Brown. Trust me, James. This all tying in. So please,
I'm hearing it.
Dak can make Noah Brown, Dalton Schultz, December T.Y. Hilton. He wasn't even full year T.Y. Hilton. He was December Christmas T.Y. Hilton. You mean to tell me that Dak can take all those children and whoop everybody except San Francisco? But when we go against the number 1 defense in the league, that's when we don't acknowledge, hey man, we might need a little bit more to beat the number 1 defense. He could draw 40 on the Eagles all day with Noah Brown and December T.Y. and whoever the hell playing off. He can do that all day. But when you go against that dude, which is the defense of the San Francisco 49ers, which is number 1, you can't afford to just go Terrence Steele.
Right.
Good player. We don't need you, good player. We'll find another way. Sammy got to step up versus San Francisco. Goddamn. Noah Brown got to do more versus San Francisco. Oh, Matt Fournette could be fine versus no. So I'm gonna take as many dudes as I think I can, as I think can start. As many gangsters, because the ops gonna do that. I'm gonna take as many dudes as I think that can play. I'm gonna find a way to keep them. I'm gonna find a way to play them. I don't think that means put Terrence Steele at guard. But shit, if Tyron get hurt and it got to be, well, let's go at left tackle, Tyler at guard. I know we won't put Tyler at guard, but if that's just what we got to do to make it work, I'm not just trying to shoo good dudes away, because the ops ain't shooing good dudes away for the sake of saving money. We're not team builders, so we don't need to save money. We need as many MFs as we possibly can.
Ooh.
So no, I'm not showing the MF away. I'm not. I hope that answers your question.
Law, Aisha had a fire coming.
Yes, sir.
So you gotta dunk it, bro. I'm gonna lay it up to you.
Man.
You gotta dunk it,
man.
You gotta dunk it, Law.
Man,
Aisha said this whole thing is dependent on Terrence Steele and his return.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's
why
I brought him up.
Going to head to, man. That's where I'm gonna head to, because if you look at this front 5, he is the only unknown right now. It's the right tackle. You know, when you hear Tyler Smith talk, he said, hey, I'm a left-sided player. You can put me anywhere on that side. I'm ready. You know, and then of course, Tyron Smith, you know, it just when will he get hurt, right? But in practice, he would sit out and go elsewhere. So it is what it is with this particular lineup. So everything is contingent upon Tyler Smith if he's able to get out there and lace them up. Granted, if you talk about Matt Walesko, one thing that I got to say with the Cowboys front office, whether it's Matt Walesko or Joshua Ball, I'm like Dr. Strange over here thinking of 1,000 possibilities of not having him on the field, by the way. But I'm going to say this, though. The Cowboys got a big ego, and they would look at this situation, believe it or not, don't shank me with the butter knife, guys. They would look at this situation and say, well, we found Terrence Steele, undrafted guy. We can make another one. That's the only problem. And they may go with that. That's the only problem, y'all.
Yeah, that is very legit, very tough. How you see this whole thing playing out?
Yeah, so I agree, and we spoke about this on the last show with Voch. Like, if you want the best 5, you got to add Tyler Smith at the left guard position. But here's what I've been trying to tell everybody. The Cowboys are high on Matt Walesko. I know a lot of Cowboys fans aren't, but they are, because think about last year. Remember, he was getting the left tackle reps before Tyler Smith. If he doesn't get hurt, y'all, we are never having the conversation possibly to be able to see what does Tyler Smith look like at the left tackle position. So they are by all means. What Voch just said makes sense. Load the clip. We see everyone around the league starting to do it, but we know that's not what we do. And if Terrence Steele is delayed, they are definitely going to pique interest and say, okay, could we possibly play Matt Walesko at right tackle and get away with it? You know what I'm saying? Like, can we get away with it? Because not only you got to pay that guy in the middle as well. You know what I'm saying? With Tyler Biadasz. So there's 2 people on the offensive line. So if they can sit back and say, all right, you know what I'm saying? Matt Walesko ain't that bad at the right tackle. Expect the games to start to happen with Terrence Steele. Now, here's the one saving grace. Cowboys like you when you're coming off an injury, kind of on a discounted price, so that might help. But if Terrence agent says yesterday's price is not today's price and he wants to use his leverage, expect Matt Walesko to be that right tackle. You can probably out with Tyler Smith at your left tackle, and then they'll plug in a Matt Farniok or Austin Richards or whoever at left guard as far as the future is concerned. So we definitely got to keep our eye on it. But like I said, I expect Matt Walesko to be in the conversation and be starting week 1 versus the New York Giants somewhere out there, whether it's left tackle or right tackle.
No doubt.
So I'm gonna say
over a healthy Terrence Steele.
Well, if Terrence is healthy, then no. You know what I'm saying? If he's healthy, then no. But
okay.
If Terrence isn't healthy,
remember last week, Clarence said Terrence is going to be good. And, you know, he's been practicing without his brace, but he said he's going to be good for week 1. Now, I don't know. He said that on the show, right?
I don't know.
Now let me ask you, is he healthy? Nah. Or is he Michael Gallup healthy?
I still don't believe it yet.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. I still don't believe it, but I will say it is easier, Voch, and Voch, you can attest to this maybe, that it is easier for maybe a offensive lineman to come back from a knee injury than, let's say, a receiver or a corner or possibly even a running back.
We're leaning on you, Voch.
Yeah. You know, right tackle knees ain't like wide receiver knees. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're more so pushing people over like it's the motion that we are, like we're over our knees more, and wide receivers like pushing off the it's weird, and I can't explain it, right? But we're more so concerned about our ankles than our knees. You know what I'm saying? You know, wide receivers got to do that whole plan, push off and change direction thing. Once I latch onto you, then my weight more so goes bottom. You know what I mean? Like I'm going down more. Wide receivers got to lean, and then they got to cut. They got to turn this way, then they got to cut. They got to stop, drop their weight, chop their feet, then turn and got to cut. Terrence is really only gonna latch on to somebody and pushing one direction at a time. So no. It's a lot less on our knees than it would be wide receiver. I know I did a terrible job explaining that, but I didn't expect y'all to ask me about hurt O-line knees. But once we latch on, we only really pushing in one direction. Wide receivers got to push and change multiple times. So there's a lot more going on with wide receiver knees and O-line knees.
And real
Terrence
quick,
should be fine. That's what I'm saying. Go ahead.
Yeah, you good.
I think we're going to be starting week 1?
I don't. I actually don't think Terrence Steele will be starting week 1. I don't. I do not. I don't believe it at all. But that's good news of what Voch just said. Like, see, that's what I needed to hear. And then also keep in mind that the OC is on the way. This is a day when we got like offensive lineman gurus. I want to sit back and listen to them real quick on some things. And I'm glad you talked about that, Voch, because that was one of the questions that Big asked you that I was going to ask you as well. So appreciate both of you. I want to run one more thing by you as well and just kind of understand offensive line just a little bit better from a coach and somebody that's a good offensive line teacher like yourself and anybody else that want to kind of give input on this. But this is, you said on one of your videos, and I'm gonna use this diagram, okay? You said that it's easier to be a left side player, okay?
Yes.
Than it is to be a left and right side player. So, and because right now what they've been doing is they call Tyron Smith ambidextrous. So I'm gonna want you to talk about that as well. But on the left side, I'm thinking that Tyler Smith is the linchpin of everything. So when you said is he a tackle or guard, but you said that it's better for him to be on the left side, I'm thinking that they go start it off with Tyron Smith on the left, Tyler Smith at the left guard. Matt Walesko, I think, is going to be the right tackle game one. That's just what I believe. But then if Tyron Smith goes down, that's why I got this diagram, they go move Tyler Smith out. Then they go move the best guard, whoever won at that training camp, into that spot until Terrence Steele come back. I hope y'all liking this diagram because I'm killing this.
Man, that's pretty dope. You freaking it. You are freaking it. You are freaking it.
So Voch,
yeah, you had me paying. Look, you had me paying attention, dog.
Fire.
You had me paying attention too, man.
Go give yourself a yo got fired.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna give me that. Let me go.
Dracarys.
Let's go. So Voch, like, could you explain that left side and how you seeing it playing out, like, and the difference between and why it's so hard to go from left to right, big dog? Please explain that to us, sir.
Oh, well, it depends on the type of player that you are, and you know how you built, how your feet move, how powerful you are, and I understand this because I played center back in the day, so I had to move both ways. And I would have different post foots. Your post foot is your forward foot, and you wouldn't cross your forward foot. You would never drop your forward foot, right? And what I would learn is I move better going left because I'm right side dominant. So I'm powerful pushing off of my right side, moving left. So I can get a bunch of good movement off of that. What I would hate is if we would have to pass protect that way. Now my left side is forward. My left side is a little more weak, and I got to push off my left side. So my movement going right isn't as good because my left side is not as powerful, right? Same thing with zone blocking in certain directions. Same thing with pulling in certain directions. Some sides just feel better. So when you have players that's going side to side or whatever, they may be left side, right side. Typically, those players are ambidextrous, or they just end up playing center. Some people think that centers are just bad guards. Most of the time, people play center because they can move equally both ways. So my thing about Tyler is I'm not sure if he can play both sides. The Cowboys just haven't given me that information or not. What I do know is that Tyler can play guard and tackle. That's a whole nother
Wait, Voch. I don't mean to slow you down, big dog. What I want to do is use this diagram as you explaining it. Because you seeing it in your head. I want to slow me down and walk me through it, big dog.
Okay, so if Tyler's on the left side right now, his post foot would be his right foot. So his right foot would be up. That's his power side, and he would move with his left foot. He would kick with his left. If he just feels good on this side, and he's been doing this since college, right? If that's his side and that's the mechanics of his side, then it's all like a machine, right? I can write with my right hand. I can write with my left hand. It's just not as neat as my right hand writing, right? But I can still write with my left hand. So Tyler has this mental set of things that he can do on this left side. If you put him at left guard, all those mechanics are still the same mechanically. He still got that. He still got the right foot up.
Right.
He's still yes, sir.
Post foot.
He's still moving. Yep. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Kicking with the left.
Yep. Kicking with the left, he is still right foot up. That's still his power side. If he's going for a punch to the inside, that's still going to be right hand punching first, recover with the left. It's all the same side mechanically. What makes guard and tackle different is how fast it happens on the inside. Right. If I'm a guard and I got a one tech in front of me, I can't kick 3 times and engage this guard. Well, one, because he's so close to me, I got to engage him. Two, my quarterback is right on my back hip here. He's on my right hip. So I got to engage him a little bit quicker than I would at tackle, right? Because if you're a guard, if you're a D tackle, the quickest way to the quarterback is kind of through you, right? So I can't afford to kick 3 times now. I got to really just pick my feet up and engage you. It happens fast. It's like snap the ball, engage. The difference is when you're a tackle is now it's more of a timing game. It's more of a 1, 2, 3, or is it going to be a 4-step here? Are you going to cross my face quickly? Do I have to go from a 3-step kick into a quick set? Do I get, you know what I mean? It's a lot more chess involved, right? So that's why when we look at tackles, we go, oh, well, he's an athlete. He may not be powerful. We hear this all the time. He may not be powerful, but he's an athlete. These long athlete dudes, like, well, let's go, right? They may not be powerful, but they play the measure game well. They play the space game well. So that's why he's a tackle. Well, let's go and never be a guard because he's not going to work good in the phone booth. He's not going to move inside quick enough for some 350-pound dude to get on him. If some 350-pound dude get hands on his chest, well, let's go flying to Delaware somewhere. He gone. You know what I'm saying? But Tyler, as an anchor's another word that we always use when we talk about O-line. How fast can you get to your anchor? Tyler is a dude that I believe he can get to his anchor quickly. He can kick, drop his butt, and whoever's in front of him, it may take 1 or 2 drops, but they'll drop. If you go to Tampa Bay game, playoff Tampa Bay, not week 1 Tampa Bay, he was against Vita Vea a whole bunch. Vita Vea, one of the strongest gentlemen we shouts out to Aisha, got me saying gentlemen, one of the strongest characters we got out here. And Tyler Smith will latch on to him. He will latch on to him, drop his butt, boom, one time, and people stop moving. Tyler is powerful. Well, Let's Go is not powerful like Tyler is powerful. Terrence is not powerful like Tyler is powerful. Terrence may not be powerful like TJ Bass is powerful, but you see Zach Martin is powerful like Tyler is powerful. Why does power matter? Because you got to be quicker because these guards are right on top of you. If I'm at tackle, you could be at a 5, you could be at a wide 9, you could be a blitzing linebacker. I got time to figure this thing out. It just happens that Tyler is also athletic enough to play the kick, timing, catch you game and the powerful phone booth game. Everybody can't do that. Right. So Tyler is a fantastic left side prospect that could play both positions, but I don't want him to move sides because he's been a left side dude his whole life.
One more thing, guys. I don't mean to hog because we supposed to have the OC.
Yeah, you hogging.
I know, but I want to start with the offensive line stuff because I wanted Voch and I wanted Voch.
He always want to apologize ahead of time. I don't mean to hog.
I don't mean to hog. Let me ask 2 more questions.
But let me ask you 7 more questions. Let me just get 7 more.
We go into a topic. We go all topic.
Okay.
But when we're on offensive line, bro, I'm gonna back up just a little bit. Because I play corner, bro. I would be so phony to try to go through the nuance like Voch did. I would be.
Shout out to the DBs though, man. We played the real positions out there, man.
Hey, we were clean all day, baby. Swag through the roof. All right, Voch, I got you on something real quick. I want to just ask you one more question, just to to sharpen my offensive line knowledge and just kind of hear you out. Also, Tyron Smith being ambidextrous.
Okay.
So how does he factor to the equation? Because like you was talking about, obviously you being a right side player and a right side player, it made your punch and your kick make sense with the way that the side that you was playing on, or center, right? Where you was comfortable. When you ambidextrous, you can write with your right, you can write with your left, you can throw with your right, you can throw with your left. So what does that do with the flexibility of Tyron Smith, sir? And just kind of explain that in this best 5 scenario of how it could possibly play out.
I don't really think Tyron Smith ambidextrous. I just think that he got bullied by Tyler Smith. I ain't gonna say nothing though.
Yeah.
I just think politics played a part, and it just happened that Terrence Steele got hurt that week,
Gotcha.
I do believe that Tyron Smith rolled out the bed one day and said, "Hey, we don't want to disrupt what's going on with left tackle."
Yeah, that's what happened.
But
allegedly.
I don't think Tyron was ever gonna be like, because look, Tyron didn't go, "Hey, bench me," Tyler going crazy. He didn't say that. I think it just played out for everybody that Terrence got hurt when he did. Terrence got hurt, and then Tyron was able to play right tackle. I don't know how ambidextrous Tyron was. I just think that we had and when I say we, I don't mean like us, I mean like them. I just think they had faith in Tyron as a player, that they just wanted to try him at right tackle because they thought that he was good enough. Look, I ain't never seen Zach Martin play left guard, but I'm sure he could do it. You know what I mean? I ain't never seen Zach play center. Zach played tackle in college or whatever, but hey, Zach is good. So in my mind, if Zach is good, hey, let's just put Zach here just to see if it worked because he good. I think that's what they were saying about Tyron Smith. And Tyron looked like a dude who hadn't played a whole bunch of right sides since he went to USC and since he sat behind Doug Free when he got here in Dallas for the first time. So I don't think Tyron went to right tackle. Tyron's ambidextrous. Let's move him. Right. I think Terrence got hurt, and I just think they weren't going to move Tyler, and I just think that they wasn't gonna bench Tyron. That's all I think.
Gotcha. All right, so here we go. Now we get ready to have some fun.
And no other options because Peters wasn't working out and Ball was getting smoked over there at the right tackle as well. So as soon as Tyron came back, they just got to get him on the field.
Yeah, somewhere. Tight end. Something.
I want to have some fun with you guys real quick. We gonna start off with you, Tuck. Are the Dallas Cowboys set up to surpass the sack record?
Let's talk about some edge rushers.
Let's go.
I feel like they talented. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's my position.
Let's go.
I feel like they're talented enough. I feel like Sam Williams is going to take a leap. I know Voch dropped the video on Sam as well. I feel like Sam's going to take a second-year leap. You have Micah. Micah's going to do Micah things to Marcus Lawrence. And you have some other guys. I feel like with Overshawn and, some of these linebackers are going to be a lot faster. So we have the capability to do so. I don't think we will, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like we are talented enough to do it. But I don't think we will set the sack record, though, to be honest with you.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and go and say it. I think we go get it this year. You said no, we're not? Who said no, we're not? Big, was that you? Who was that said
yes,
no,
it was me. And I love our defense, but we ain't getting the sack record. We're not getting the sack record.
Come on, man.
I'm finna make the case.
Record?
Hear me out. Hear me out.
I
think we go get the sack record, bro. Hear me out.
I agree. Drinking, he drunk on Kool-Aid.
No, I ain't even drunk on it, bro. Like no, for real.
You are drunk.
You got an extra game to get it.
No. Listen, bro. Listen. Hear me out. I'm gonna make a good case on this.
I agree about
it. Yeah. See, there we go. See, listen. See, now hear me out. It's because we was on pace to break it last year.
Mm-hmm.
We was on pace to break, but see what kept giving them an out. Corner 2.
Come on, boss. Two things happened, boss. Tell them what happened. Two things happened, boss. Tell them what happened.
Corner 2.
Tell them what happened, boss.
Yeah, corner 2 kept giving them an out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
See, we got that corner 2. Now we got corner 3 with Bland. So when you tighten that coverage up with Bland, you tighten that coverage up with obviously Diggs and then Gilmore, bro, that's gonna create more time. You know what I'm saying?
How many did we end up with last year? 54?
60 something.
We took our
right? 60.
I mean,
60, 64.
How many did Philly had last year?
But see, it's
7.
They also got Mozzie. See, that's a big thing, dog. That's a big thing.
Okay. Now listen. Now you got me. You piqued my interest.
I know.
You piqued my interest.
There you
because
go.
I love them cow. I love his defense because his defense is crazy. You mentioned Mozzie, but you know what? I got questions right quick. Here's a question.
Okay. All right.
And this is Tuck. This is Tuck's guy. Remember when we would do our show? I don't know if it was Clarence or one of the other guys. They mentioned Fehoko. They said Dan Quinn really likes him.
Right.
So, dog, do y'all think could he get a tick? Let's say like a Dante Fowler. Now Fowler's there. He's got pass rushing ability. We know it. I like Fowler. But what if Fehoko goes kind of crazy in camp and shows a lot early, or even Overshawn shows early? Do you think? I'm asking y'all. I didn't mean to mess up your thing on your sacks, but it does relate to defense. I mean, do y'all think
we are going back to sacks?
But they're in the. They could still be in the equation though.
That add to it.
They could be the equation.
Yeah, you helping my case when you add. When you add also him, and others, right?
Right.
Because see, the way that I look at it, I'm just being all the way real. Then I'm gonna turn it back over to Law and Voch, because I want to talk about the sack record. Because the way that I'm seeing how they took care of Dan Quinn, they basically muffed Mike McCarthy, and they gave Dan Quinn more. So
more stuff, man.
Yeah.
So when you say that, man, you're talking about you get 20 sacks from Parsons. That's 20, and then you get 10 from Sam. So that's 30. So that's already, on pace of half of what we did last year. Think about this. There is a thing called coverage sack, and we got one of the best man-to-man cover corners out there by the name of Stephon Gilmore. And we got the 4th overall rated zone cover corner by the name of Trayvon Diggs. So that will give you that rush. On top of that, when you think of it and contextualize the fact that Osa, he's going to be better than what he was last season. Even if you throw in Dante Fowler, he's going to be better, as well as you got Big Mozzie, who should allow other people to eat by the way. And you got D-Law. I'm just counting. I just not going to count D-Law's sacks.
I'm being nice. But did you hear me be nice to D-Law?
He's my dog, man. Shout out to the Laws, man. He's very important. So I think that we can get either 72 or 73 sacks, man, for the season coming up. So come on, let's get it, man. I just see that this team. Think about this too before I let someone else go. Jonathan Hankins last year around this time, he wasn't in Cowboys camp, right? He had to pick up the playbook on the fly. He was traded. So I'm looking at this team. Put it like this too. Is the 2023 defensive team better than the 2022's defensive team? Oh, wait.
As of now, yes.
Yes, definitely.
On paper, yes.
CFT and landlords in the building. What's up, bros?
Let's go. Appreciate you.
What's up, fellas?
Man, I remember watching. It was like Jacksonville last year. I was doing a live stream. Me and my audience was watching, and there would be this be a point where it'll be third and long or something like that. And I'm like, here goes a sack. Here comes a sack. Like we were just counting sacks, right? It was against Jacksonville. It's like 3rd and 7. I'm like, all right, cut the sack music on. And them fuckers ran the ball up the middle, dog. Like they would rather run the ball. They would rather run the ball and run reverse. Y'all remember Jacksonville ran like 6 reverses in a row because they didn't want to throw the ball. I'm like, this ain't Jacksonville. This ain't what they do. This Cowboy team brought people out of their element. Now, we watch how this defense got put together over the offseason. And the one thing I kept saying was, boy, they making Dan Quinn's defense Teflon. They making it Teflon. All y'all guys play defense.
Yep.
I'm the only offensive guy on the farm. Yep. It's all good. But the best way, the best way to shut down sacks is quick game, catch and throw, and run game. And boy, we was just watching teams catch and throw on us, and I was sick. Catch and throw on us. And every opportunity they got, who out there, whether it be Mullen, Joseph, Wright, whether it was what's his face? I don't even remember his name. Brown, they'll just throw it up there and just see what happens. They'll just catch the ball, 1,001, throw it up there, see what you can't get sacks when you 1,001 and seeing what's happening, right? All that's going away. All that's going away. You got 3 DBs. Look, we either gonna break the sack record or break the damn turnover record. They either gonna throw the ball to us or
we set records. We set records.
Yes.
I look at the idea. Dan had to be sick. Dan was looking at his D line, but like, hey man, we had to do this to fix the run. But I'm sure Dan Quinn was sick of how much Carlos Watkins had to play. Look, Carlos Watkins was a very good run player, but Carlos Watkins not giving you nothing pass rush wise.
Right
now. Mozzie's gonna upgrade you on the run department with Carlos Watkins regard. But you mean to tell me Mozzie Smith is explosive enough to add 3 or 4 or 5, maybe extra stuff? Shit, that's 3, 4, 5 right there. Donovan Wilson gonna give you a little bit. That's about 3, 4, 5 right there. Right. Overshawn just gonna be all over. That's like 1 or 2. Sam Williams gonna get better because Sam Williams gonna get play time because Sam Williams gonna take Dorn's job. Hey, come on, listen, man. Listen, tell you something, man. Listen, man. They made Dan Quinn's defense Teflon, bro. There's nothing they can do.
They hooked him up. They hooked him up. You know, he went in the office. Hey, he went in the office and said, "Look, You trying to win this? If I come back, you better give me what I want.
Right.
You feel me?
Oh my!
If I come back, you better. You feel me? If I come back, you better give me exactly what I want. And did he not run the? He got a defensive tackle since '91, y'all.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey,
honest.
You right, Voch. You right. He's the Don right now.
Ooh, he is.
Plus, hey, we're not leaving out Armstrong. Armstrong will get his too, y'all. Some people are saying we got Armstrong. Armstrong will get his too.
Dorrance will be fine. But look, one more thing though. Going back watching college film, right? Damone Clark used to just rack up sacks for no reason sometimes. Chasing people down. He's healthy now. He's a healthy guy. Woo! I sound like a homer, but fuck him. Nigga, like
we got talent.
We got talent.
We got talent.
See,
you know what I mean? So I just think
it would be
just imagine if Jabril Cox ever got it together. What? Oh my God! I know. I'm just saying. I know. I'm just saying.
J-Ron gonna get a few sacks, but I don't see it, bro.
You don't see it.
But they're gonna be close.
The sack record gonna be hard. Now that's a hard one.
Because like we said,
we got 17 games.
We're gonna have to prove that we can stop the run first. That's where the team's gonna try us. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get a heavy dose of Saquon out the gate. So if we can stop the run and prove that we improve and force teams to have to pass
ain't
the
never
ball,
really killed us though, Tuck.
I mean he's always good for one. He's always good for one.
He's good for that one big run.
Stop the run, bro.
But what I'm saying is that the Giants are going to test the run defense. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we're going to have to show our run defense has improved before teams going to drop back. It's like Voch said, a lot of teams just figure like, nah, bro, I ain't going to sit back here and put the ball in the air and let y'all sack me or let Trayvon Diggs get this interception. We're going to run this ball. We're going to muddy up this game and make it slow. You know what I'm saying?
So, they're going to test us. We got past that test.
So
we go past.
Right. So
we're going to pass that test.
Stop the run, then it's going to open up for our defense to really eat. So.
Yeah.
Jay Tuck. I got a question if y'all don't mind. I'm just gonna put this out on the panel, right?
Let's go.
What if, and it's just what if, man, because I'm just a homer. I ain't nobody. I'm just what if Mike McCarthy and Schottenheimer and the boys, right? What if they put this thing together to where we can finally score on the opening drive? We can finally catch a lead early. Oh, what if they finally do
it's
that?
Over.
You know what I mean?
It's over.
Think about the Indianapolis game last year, right? That game was close to like the fourth quarter, then 40 points happened. If you look at it on paper and box score, you'll go, damn, boy, Cowboy beat the shit out of Indy. But really, the game was close till the fourth quarter. Then they explode. What if we get into that groove where we scoring and we up 14-0 going into the second quarter, something like that? So we get these teams in these must-pass situations early. How many sacks do you get off of that? It's too many things that's going into play that would just indicate that we can just get. I can't do the math. Law is what 13 more sacks than we did last year to break the record. Like all things are pointing towards that direction. Then Micah boxing and shit. He working with Lane Johnson and he doing jujitsu and shit. And Micah wrestling lions and shit. Micah
Voch
last year, bro.
Real quick.
Hey, Voch, I got this though. Hold up, boss.
Hold up. About that Mike trying to get paid.
Think about this though. Think about this though, boss. Think about this though, boss.
Yeah.
What Voch is saying right there. Here's the key. You just said that what if that offense is good where we get leads, right? Well, didn't we have leads last year, but we lost them? But here's the key. Now maybe we have the coordinator and things that they don't do the goofy things. They do the right things. And now your defense doesn't have to feel like it's wasted effort because you know your offense is going to do the right things. That's when it goes hand in hand and you really start dominating teams.
Come on, man.
I'm gonna jump in real quick, guys, on that.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah. Let me jump in real quick. Hey, listen, man. Yeah, absolutely.
Hell.
Yes, sir. Salute, man. And look, man, if the Cowboys do that, I know y'all just got me on audio right now, but look, at the end of the day, man,
video.
All right, good, boss. Yeah, thank you, boss. We end up really leading the team in the NFL in sacks, and I think we're a top 3 defense. I also think that a lot of these games turn into blowouts late because we've broken other team. That's what I think is going to happen, because the commitment to the run game with the run scheme of Brian Schottenheimer is going to cause us to wear down teams and be able to exploit you with the big play off a play action pass. And so that's what I think and how it unfolds if we're able to just jump up late and force these teams to get into obvious passing situations.
All right, I got to pause everybody real quick. This is something I've been wanting to see for a long time. I wanted to see a film session with the OC and Voch together.
Okay.
And it is Hankins versus Kelsey. I'm finna just turn it on, and I want to just hear y'all thoughts. I'm just finna turn this thing on. And I'm going to sit back and let y'all boys just kind of hash it out on what you see. So here we go. Here we go.
The OC.
The film breakdown.
All right, so here we go. All right, so we gonna pull up the first drive, and all I want to do is tell me, what do y'all see in terms of Hankins versus Kelsey? Y'all can talk over each other. I don't give a damn.
I mean, you see a bull rush and you see giving up ground, and you see a quick timing pass, which is a quick release ball. So it's of non-effect. You know, if you get beat on a bull rush, you want to get beat actually slow. Actually, hold on, was that Kelsey or was that the guard? Run that back, boss. I think that was Kelsey over Hank.
Y'all finna work.
That was
the guard. Okay, my bad. I missed that one.
Okay,
right guard. Thank you. Yeah. All right, here we go. Guard.
But if you want to give,
the guard is doing a good job.
Yeah, that was a good rep for the guard.
Yep.
Hankins is over the left guard, got a little bit of outside zone. They hooked the shit out of Hankins and got outside, which is fine. Hankins is the one tag. If they work an outside zone, that ain't really for Hankins to really deal with. It's for 91 and 52 for those little characters. And they got blocked up pretty cool. 42 came in there and say they lit life on that one. So solid.
Yeah, run that back, boss, one time.
Hey,
run that one back
if you can. Y'all working me too hard. I'm not liking this.
You invited us.
All right. So
come on now.
Yeah, he moved. Yeah,
you want to see it.
So right before the snap,
you want to see it now.
Right before the snap. Right before the snap, Hankins moves to a 2-eye, and they just have an ace combo block. So yeah, he's not gonna do nothing with that. All right, so this is him doing what he does, man. Getting quick penetration. It looks like I got to see who's over. Yeah, let me see.
Kelsey.
He's on.
No, he's over the guard. So yeah.
Guard.
Go ahead, Voch. Sorry about that.
No. Dickerson just down blocked on him, and Hankins came back on the inside, which is what he's supposed to do if you're getting down blocked, cross face, get back inside. Boss ain't think this through, man. Boss,
shout out to I was about to say, shout out to the freestyle from these guys, because he just threw it out there.
I sure did.
Yeah,
first series. Y'all just gotta go, damn it.
We ain't seen one 1-on-1 matchup yet. He like, I got the matchup.
I know. Listen, I just turned it on. Let's go.
I like, man.
They're doing that.
You didn't miss that on that rep, man.
Hey,
I'm like,
I got the cut.
Bust the rep right now. They did you on Yo Timmy raps.
Let's go.
Hey, Voch. Hey, OC.
That was a good throw.
Like Yo and TV raps.
It's the wrong.
I'm gonna wait for the other angle.
It's the wrong season.
All right, here we go, man. So look, man, Hankins is lined up as a one technique. He gets double teamed. They do a good job with him actually controlling him here. He looks like he's tired, man. He's just taking up space, man. You know, so I mean that's that's a loss.
You say go back, Voch?
My opinion, but
go back, boss. Go back.
Wrong gear, wrong scheme. What we doing?
I got a point if I can actually. Let's see. No, not to this play. Not this play.
Let it run. It's the next play.
Hey, tell the truth, y'all enjoying this. The OC and Voch talking offensive line, boy. I've been heavy right now. Let's go.
We just enjoying it because it's just crazy.
Let them talk our team, though. I want to see them talk our team.
Okay. I could turn it on.
He got Hankins up there. Let me see what's going on.
Play the Cowboys, Hankins. Play that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cowboys.
I'm trying to see him versus Kelsey because we didn't see.
Okay, pause this.
He got swallowed up.
Did he pay?
Pause this. What I think is important right here.
He didn't.
What I think is important right here is to tell the difference between like a double team and like combo blocks. Double team is if me and somebody else are just blocking Hankins and nobody's coming off, right? We're just blocking Hankins the whole way. We're just dedicating the dude. combo is when we start on Hankins and one of us has to come off to deal with a linebacker, whichever one that we're dealing with here. What this looks like here is this may be some kind of audible or some type of adjustment just to deal with Hankins. Because sometimes teams to do this, O-lineman to do it, be like, hey man, like, you know, we just ain't finna be, you know, coming off Hankins right now. We just can't single block Hankins at no point. So if you want to make the point that Hankins is so dominant versus one player that the Eagles have made some type of adjustment to where we're not comboing Hankins, we're just going to double team Hankins and we'll just deal with the linebacker however we deal with it, that'll be a good way to give Hankins props or whatever, if you want to give him props, do that. So go ahead, run the play.
Yeah, and that's a great point, and I'm gonna piggyback on you on that, Voch. So what you end up seeing here is a cutback, right? They plan a double team on front side, but immediately when a running back gets the ball, he immediately cuts it back, and so that's showing a lot of respect to him, man, with that double team. Yeah, you can go back.
Want to go back? Y'all want me to go back?
I was gonna.
You can keep it running. It don't matter to me.
Yeah, go
ahead.
Can y'all explain to some of the viewers like how they can tell what's the zone blocking scheme versus gap blocking scheme? Because a lot of people don't understand that. Because when we talk about outside zone, inside zone, they might not understand that, you know, just from the layman's term. So can you kind of explain the differences, the nuances you're going through, you know, as an offensive tackle or guard, trying to do a block versus a gap? Or my bad.
I'll give a little bit, then I'll just bounce it to. Yeah, I'll give a little bit, and I'll just bounce it to Voch real quick. So, I mean, inside zone versus outside zone, it's all about footwork and your target points, right? So, if you're running inside zone, your target point in terms of contact off your second step is not as wide. It's not going to the outside of the shoulder pad, right? It's going more so closer to the center line, inside of the chest plate. Outside zone is more so of like a reach block, and really, when you talk about zone, you got bounce, you got bend, you got bang. You can bounce the ball outside, you can bend it back with a natural cutback, or you can bang the ball inside between the C and the B gap, or the A and the B based upon the scheme. So just in general. But go ahead, Voch, you got it, bro.
So gap versus zone, I think Tuck mentioned that also. That goes hand in hand with what I was saying earlier. Typically, double teams happen in these man type run games or whatever, because hey, we're double teaming this dude. If me and OC are guard and tackle, we go, hey, we're double teaming this dude. That's the play. That's the job. Why is that the play of the job? Because the offense needs to be, all right, so we're gonna run off Voch's left hip. That's the read. Right? Like there's no decision for the running back to make. Me and OC are moving B gap because we're going off Voch's left hip. There's not a lot of room for, you know, changing our mind and moving and making decisions. Zone is when, all right, it's me and OC and we're dealing with this gap. This is my gap. If we're inside zone running to the right, I'm a guard. B gap is my gap. If there's a man in B gap, it looks like I got him. But OC got C gap. So if this dude in my gap end up in OC's gap, that's not my man no more, because I don't have this man. I got this gap. If that man is in my gap, then fine, I'm blocking him. But if he's in OC's gap, that's his. Even if he starts over there but ends up in mine, that's my guy. So that's the difference between zone and man, inside zone and outside zone. Inside zone works more upfield. Like I may step and then we may work upfield. So that's, you know, your handoffs, your inside zone plays, your zone read stuff. Outside zone, we're working more sideways. So that's for sweeps, that's for your jet stuff, that's for your tosses and things of that nature. So inside zone, we're working inside. We're zoning inside. Outside zone, we're zoning sideways. We're zoning outside. So that's an easy way to differentiate the two, or the three rather.
And to piggyback just on one point, to super simplify for those that don't watch a lot of film and stuff like that, zone, you're blocking an area. You don't have a man. You're blocking an area. So you're blocking the immediate gap to your left or right. The difference, what Voch explained beautifully with the inside zone, is that it could be a quick mesh where you're working up inside versus you're reaching all the way to the outside shoulder pad or the outside gap if you want to be exactly specific of your particular play, right? So you're blocking whatever shows up in that gap, okay? So if you step zone right and something shows up to your outside, you got it. If it goes away and it goes inside and you stepping out to the right, you don't pivot back and block the man that's slanted inside. You continue to work up to your gap right, to the outside and take whatever comes across your face.
Hold on real quick. I got to pause both of y'all. Listen, I'm going to tell everybody in the chat. If y'all call me Boss Moore, I'm going to start shooting y'all. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm going to kick you out. Don't you ever call me Boss Moore. You can call me anything. You can call me, you can talk about my mama, but you bet not call me.
Wait a minute. You shouldn't even say that, dog. You shouldn't have said that. They're gonna go crazy now.
Try me. They coming down. I just want to let everybody know I will shoot up in this mother. You understand?
Yeah. Best zone blocking team that I've seen.
No, you are not gonna call me Boss Moore. I know y'all joking, but you're playing too much. All right, let's go back to the film.
Hey, the best zone blocking team that I've seen last year was the 49ers. They do a lot of zone block runs, and they only have one known. And maybe y'all two can let me know, but they only had one known offensive lineman. That was Trent. But everybody else, they just blocked that area, and they trusted the running backs to create that space and opportunity. And when it was time to get the pad levels inside or what have you, or low, those offensive linemen were able to do that. So is the zone scheme, Voch and the OC, is that a scheme for us? Is Mike Solari's scheme, is that a better scheme for us for the 2023 season juxtaposed to what we were doing last year?
Honestly, I don't think we're gonna know what they do until we see them do it. Honestly, this is a brand new thing, and they cutting the fat and they getting rid of the dead weight. We don't know what they're gonna keep. 9 times out of 10, it's still probably gonna be a zone look with some inside zone, outside zone, because most teams doing that anyway. But I don't think Solari is gonna come in and change anything about how we do anything big offense. But it may be like some some technique things that we do with the O-line and stuff like that.
And
in my opinion, I don't know.
Hold on, real quick.
Yeah.
Just real quick. Y'all clap it up for the OC and Voch, man. I'm just, come on, like listen, I'm just sitting back enjoying this. Clap it real quick. I've been waiting to see this for a minute. I just turned on some film and said, start talking. Goddamn. Just start talking. I'm just enjoying this. Y'all better show some love right now, because y'all got 2 of the best in the building. I need to see some fire emojis. I need to see some likes. I need to see some shares. I need to see some super chats. Quit playing. Let's go. Go ahead.
Man, salute to Voch though. Before I make this point, man, Voch been at this for so long, man, and he's definitely the OG doing this stuff. Got tons of great content out there. Been doing film breakdown for years, man. And man, so can you hear me?
Yeah, you good.
Yeah, we got you now.
No, okay, cool.
You good.
All right, cool. All right, cool. Now, so I was just saying salute to Voch. I think that if you look at the San Francisco 49ers, back to your point, Law, is that what they did was a lot of G blocking schemes. So they ran a lot of power, and they really double teamed a lot front side. And so they would trap with the guard backside or front side in man on the line of scrimmage. And so I think that if you look back at some of the Seattle film back when Brian Schottenheimer was there, I think that he'll incorporate some of the G blocking schemes, which is more like power football with kickouts and angles and getting bigs on smalls and backing on people and stuff like that at the end man, from the end man on line of scrimmage perspective. I think you will see zone because everybody in the league, to Voch's points, runs that traditionally inside and outside. But I think be aware of more double teams front side and G blocking concepts. I think you will see a little bit more of that this year, in my opinion.
So OC, I'm not sure if you caught it earlier. Voch had mentioned about Tyler Smith being kind of athletic, but not as athletic as Matt Waletzko. So Brian Schottenheimer, when I did the film breakdown, he does do a lot of power schemes where you're pulling backside. So do you feel like Tyler gives us the best option at the left guard, especially if you're pulling and wrapping around and running a lot of trap and a lot of power plays versus Matt Farniok or Austin Richards? So I feel like that kind of hints that Tyler Smith will be better suited at that left guard position, what we started about, because he get that athleticism alongside with power. See what I'm saying?
Facts.
Yeah, and that's a real good trap question, J Tuck. I love it, man. I love how you phrase that up, bro.
Hold on. Just perfect. Hold on. I saw some Voch. I saw what you was doing. Don't tease us like that, big dog.
Yeah.
No, go ahead and do your own film, big dog. So if you got some, yes.
Well, I was just doing some. But go ahead. I don't want to.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Let me know, because I'm.
So go
He
ahead.
got tape.
No, go ahead, Voch.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Voch.
No, answer that question,
you can't
OC.
tease like that,
Answer that
Voch.
question.
You can't
answer that
tease.
question, OC.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's go.
minute.
I'm loving this.
Yeah.
Ooh, wait.
Yeah. I'll answer the question. I think that you can do either or, man. With a Tyler Smith, he's good at tackle. I think he's very powerful at guard. I mean, he's shown the ability to pull around the horn with down blocks with tight ends and lead, those tackle around toss sweeps that the Cowboys ran from time to time this offseason, this last season. So can he pull and trap from the guard position? Absolutely, man. He's powerful. He's a road grader. He's a dog. He'll knock people out. Yes. I mean, he's obviously the best solution at left guard, if you got all 5 guys healthy. But the question is that, short term, long term, it's a lot of different opinions about that. But he can play guard or tackle. I think as long as he's left side, he's going to be very, very, very good, if not Pro Bowl-ish for this team, in my opinion.
All right, so.
And here's what some people don't know about me. I played left tackle in high school. You know what I'm saying? I was left tackle, so I can I know some of the lingo. I got the calls. They said, "Oh, absolutely not." You know what I'm saying? You going all defense. You know what I'm saying? So I know a little bit of the lingo. You know what I'm saying? So, go ahead, Voch. Drop that film session.
Oh, hold on, my button didn't work. Oh, but hold on. Let me see, because I got a button for you. Let me see. You set yourself up for this. You know you did. You already know you did.
Who? J Tuck?
Yeah.
I'm
trying to.
J Tuck.
No, I was all state left.
Please, no.
But man.
No.
Here's what happened. Our coach lied to me and said I was going to be playing tight end. He had me playing left tackle. You know what I'm saying?
No. You my dog, Tuck, but no.
I was all state left tackle, man.
He's all state left tackle, man. Leave Tuck alone, man. You were so athletic they moved him to linebacker, man. Come on, man. Leave him alone, man. Come on.
See, but now I understand the game. I understand why I play left tackle because we ran a lot of counters. That's how I pulled a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I was just out there just balling. But yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Voch. Go ahead, Voch. I want to see the film, man.
Number one bullshit guy. We do the wee woo.
Come on, Tuck. Come on,
Yeah.
Tuck.
Left tackle.
Number one bullshit now.
Number one.
Oh, let Voch get to the film.
My bad.
Come on, man.
I'm just messing with you.
Let Voch get to the film, man.
He just messed me up.
They don't love that line for real, man.
Voch, I think I saw this cut up on your channel, man. Actually, the cut up you're talking about right now. But go ahead, bro. Rock with it.
What you got?
Yeah, for sure. I just happen to have some film. I got 3 plays I want to show if y'all don't mind.
Let's go.
Earlier we was talking about the difference between guard and tackle pass blocking, right? Well, look at Tyler right now. Tyler's at left guard, and look at how fast Vita Vea gets on him. Let me just hit play right here. Look at how fast Vita Vea gets on him. Snap, boom, and you have to be able to latch on to guys quickly like that. You have to be able to take 1 step, maybe 2, and then latch on to guys. Boom. And look at the difference between him and Jason Peters right now at left tackle. He got 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? It's more of a timing game. It's more of a when do I engage you? It's all about arm length. That's why, draft season or whatever. Hey, who has the longer arm so I can touch you first? So what spacing is a big important thing. So just wanted to give a visual on how fast it happens at guard or how fast it happens at center. Take a look at Biotish and Zach Martin right now. It's even faster right there when it's a one take on you, So that's why guys like Let's probably shouldn't be playing too much guard out here,
Man, that's ridiculous, Voch. And I 2,000%, and I 2,000% agree with you on that, Voch. It is no way in God's green earth that you should put Matt Wolensko at guard because, first of all, he doesn't have the power. And what you saw there on that last play you showed, you saw that Tyler Smith sat down on the bull rush and he controlled the guy with his inside hand. And he adjusted, and Matt Wolensko is not going to have the leverage or the bend to be able to do that inside. Go ahead, Voch.
Man,
But hey, Voch, before you go on to that, if you can go back to that play, Voch, Go back to that play
Yes.
for me, and from a center perspective or from a center point of view, why is Tyler Biotis helping Zach Martin out when you can see that Tyler Smith probably needed that help? Tyler should have helped out the big boy over there to the left and juxtaposed to the right.
Damn good question.
Well, because I think in this situation, we have what we call like big on big block. So the left side is big on big on big. That means like Peters is blocking 98 or whatever, and Tyler is blocking Vita Vea. But the right side is different. The right side is more so blocking gaps. So whoever's in C gap, that's who Tyron Smith got. Whoever's in B, that's who Zach Martin got. Whoever in A gap is who Tyler has, Biotis has. So 98 or whatever number it is, he just happened to be in Tyler Biotis' gap. So Tyler can't leave to go help Tyler right now because that'll put Zach Martin in the bad spot. Zach Martin is actually helping Biotis in this situation. Zach is kicking and he's looking in his gap. Nobody's there. Zach Martin really has eyes on 45 right here. So if the linebacker don't come, you see Zach Martin looking at him right now. So if 45 leaves, then Zach goes, all right, let me look back inside to help somebody. Then boom, that's when Zach Martin ends up taking over this guy. He's actually helping Biotis right now. And as you see, this guy that was on Biotis, the shade guy, he ends up in B gap, which makes him Zach Martin's guy. But then Biotis can't overplay because if he comes back in A gap, then he'll be Biotis' guy. So the right side is running gap stuff. The left side is big on big. So if Vita Vea crosses face and end up on Tyler's right side, Smith's right side, that's still Tyler Smith's guy because he's big on big guy. You understand what I'm saying?
And Aisha asks, what are y'all asking? Law asks, why didn't Tyler Biotis help on a more dangerous guy, which was Vita Vea, and Voch was explaining the responsibility.
And let me piggyback a little bit if you're running back to the top, Voch. Beautiful explanation. I mean, you got a base slide pretty much here, right? You got base block on the left, and you got a slide looking outside, and that's why you see Ezekiel Elliott step up, right? He's reading outside to inside, right? And so on this, hey man, he escapes, right? It's no threat, so he escapes. So where you saw in some instances, and I just want to give some credence to this now, Voch, you the man forever if you got this tape, right? If you see loops, so if you saw Vita Vea loop across, all the way across into the A gap, into the face of Tyler Biotis, that's his man. And then you will see, I forget this guy, whoever this guy is, you see him loop out. Then that's how you try to beat this blocking scheme, by getting people to turn their shoulders and lose gap integrity with loops coming back from the other way. Go ahead, Voch.
Yep.
And one thing real quick, just real quick.
Boss, I got to ask this. Go,
because I was getting ready to tell Big, I was getting ready to tell Voch and OC that y'all not finna take over the damn show.
Yeah, they are.
You asked.
No, look, I got this question, but here's my question. Pertains to the blocking and to the scheme, even with Tyler Smith, and this is for both OC and Voch. What do y'all think, or this could be the whole panel? Okay, so let's say Tyron Smith, we know he's going to get hurt, but what if he stays relatively healthy, right? And they keep Tyler Smith at guard. Do you think Tyler Smith will still have this happy-go-lucky attitude with, I can play anywhere when it comes to them negotiations, because left tackles get paid more than left guards? So, they're doing a lot of cross-training.
Messy.
But what's the future for Tyler Smith down the road?
Damn good question.
Left tackle.
I'll say this, Big. I just think that, by the time it's time to have the contract talks for Tyler Smith, he'll be our left tackle. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm not concerned about it. Because Tyron, he probably got a year, 2 years, if max in Dallas. So I feel like by the time it's, because they're gonna extend that fifth year option on Tyler Smith. You already know that deal, right? So by the time it's really time to pay Tyler Smith, he'll be our left tackle, and that one will probably be a conversation. So
Check
also
going
ball
crazy.
back.
Yeah,
Also
Boss,
more.
I want my ball back. All right, so I don't want to go too heavy, man. Voch, you definitely giving us a lot of good content, big dog. I want to be courteous to your time. I got 3 more topics, but we ain't gonna get through all 3 because too many preachers in the house. So we go pick one. Broken heart at linebacker is coming. It's too many good ones. Somebody go break out.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying on that? It's too many good ones. It's gonna be a Story Jackson, but worse this year. We can talk about that, or we can keep it positive, which is who is Bland, Steele, and Hendershot. Who is gonna be the Bland, Steele, and Hendershot? And I want to go around the circle here from all of y'all on that. Or we can go super happy stuff, which is top breakout players, and that can be whoever. Which one y'all want to go with?
I like them
I
breakouts.
want to talk about offensive lines. You can do what you want to do because I want to talk
So we can go back to that.
No, let's talk that defense, dog. I want to talk about breakout players because we ain't talked about Sam Williams.
Let's go.
We need to talk about. You made a video about it, Voch, right? You made a video about Sam Williams and Tuck. We talked about Sam Williams when he came out of Ole Miss, and this is my thing, and we have said this. This is what we said, and I like to get y'all thoughts. If Sam Williams really, we talking that 10-sack guy, if he becomes that, then this defense is just going to be absolutely treacherous. I think we talked about Gilmore and those guys, Bland, but I feel like the key to this defense this year, we know about Micah, but the key to me to the defense this season is Sam Williams.
Wait. Whoa. Okay. All right.
So for me, it's kind of a hybrid. For me, it's kind of a hybrid between both of your questions, boss. I'm going to go with Damone Clark. I feel like Damone Clark is going to be our breakout guy. And I feel like fully healthy, not having the neck injury behind him year 2, I feel like he's going to be insane in this Dan Quinn's defense. I feel like he's going to be the guy who's going to be doing a lot of different things, sideline to sideline speed, middle linebacker, because granted, LVE was healthy last year. Will that really last this season? We don't know. So I feel like Damone Clark is going to be that guy where we look up middle of the season, like, okay, he's finally evolved. I did the film breakdown on him, and I think Voch mentioned as well, like, you go back to LSU, he was all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So Micah Parsons has said, like, he's a dog, he's a beast. So I feel like Damone Clark, for me personally, is going to be our breakout player. We're going to be looking at now. But yeah, Sam Williams too going to be a star, but I'm going with Damone Clark.
Let me go with y'all naming too many good people. I got Izzy, man. I think that he's going to be the breakout player for the defensive side of the coin, especially for what he did in the Bucs game. I think he stuck real big in that game, and if you think of Izzy, he can play all 3 positions. He can play the nickel, he can play up on top of the roof, and he can play on the outside. So I like Izzy. I think that he will be your breakout guy on the defensive side of the coin. And then on the offense, we need to see this. This got to happen. This must happen. Jalen Tolbert. I think that he will be the guy that's on the offensive side of the coin. He only had a spoonful of production last year, and as Voch said on his podcast, he lined it up as safety, So, yes, Jalen Tolbert need to be a guy to break out for the 2023 year on the offense, and Izzy for the defense. Let's go.
All right, so I know Voch and OC still thinking, so I'm going to jump in. All right.
I'm good.
The breakout guy that I think will break.
I'm ready, bro.
All right, go ahead then, because I need some more time. Go ahead.
So you starving. You funny, man. People. So everybody trying to pick different people. But look, man, and in my opinion, I mean, it may not be a surprise. The breakout player for me, in my opinion, is Tyler Smith. I think it doesn't matter if you start Tyler Smith at left guard or left tackle. I think that this year Tyler Smith is going to make a Pro Bowl. So for that reason, I'm telling you that he's my breakout. Defensively, I am going to piggyback on my guy Jay Tuck, and I had that in my heart and mind already. I think Damone Clark is a sideline player. I think he has elite speed. I think that when he's healthy, I think he'll be healthy this year. He's going to make a world of difference on covering ground and giving Dan Quinn the flexibility to have multiple packages, using him in coverage, using him on the ball, off the ball, however he wants to do it, over, under, he can do it all. So I think he's going to show up big for us this season.
So, is he your future Mike?
I think he is. Yeah.
Yeah, he the future Mike. Oh no, Harper. Wait.
I hear a lot of people taking some deep breaths over there, man.
No, I'm pretty solid. It's gonna be Harper. I'm pretty solid. Well, nah, that's hard, bro. That's
No,
hard.
Yeah, you ain't seen Harper. You ain't seen Harper.
I'll make the case. I will make the case on you. The leading tackle in preseason was Harper, big dog.
Preseason.
But that was with a whole
he's nice.
But I'm just
Harper
saying.
is nice.
Then you also talk about somebody that's an athletic freak.
But
4 speed, 40-inch vertical.
But Cox has already been on the table. He's already put it on the table. You already see with him.
I don't think he's made for that middle. He would do good if they
he's more the weak side to me. Strong side, weak side.
Totally.
He can trail because he can get those tackles off the backside.
Let me get my guy in here. I got 2.
You just want to.
Voch agrees with me.
Y'all took up 20.
Tell him, Voch.
Tell him
who the key is.
Tell him
who the key is.
What you gotta say,
dog. Tell him who the key to the defense is.
Who is your breakout guy? Sam Williams.
He's a made to play.
Sam Williams.
I'll tell you what, because the key to this defense, I think, and we've learned this over the offseason, is the small pieces that make it Teflon. You know what I'm saying? Deron Bland being a dude that we can count on. You know, Van Der Esch being a dude that we can count on. They may not be the stars of the defense, but we can count on them, right? And I started thinking about, just watching film from last year. I was like, man, why is Micah Parsons playing so much full-time DN? Wouldn't it be better if he was blitzing from linebacker sometimes and then blitzing from over here sometimes? Why did he play so much full-time defensive end? In my mind, maybe Dan Quinn just couldn't rely on whoever it was playing backside end to deal with the run game stuff when they was running away from D-Law. So in my mind, Micah couldn't be set free being blitzed everywhere because he had to play right defensive end. Now, what if you trust right defensive end? What if you have faith in right defensive end? What if Sam Williams comes in and smokes right defensive end? So now there's no urgency to make Micah play right defensive end. Now Micah can play. If it's in the car for Micah to play right defensive end, cool. But nobody's going to make Micah play right defensive end. And that's when you get dangerous. When Micah Parsons has the freedom to move all over the place, that's when you're dangerous. So Sam could be the most important player on this defense just because he truly sets Micah Parsons free. Because Dorrance ain't going to be the guy. Because look, D-Law was over there. They just kept running that Dorrance. That's what I mean by make this thing Teflon. Boy, whoever was playing offense against us, they had a hand. All right, we just gonna go head up against Dan Quinn defense. Get your ass whooped. All right, we gonna run the ball against Dan Quinn. Okay, D-Law right there. We gonna run up the middle. All right, we can't do that no more because Hankins in there. We gonna run to the right. They just kept trying everything. All right, we gonna keep running that Dorrance. That works. We gonna keep running that Dorrance. Oh, we can throw the ball on Xavier Rose now. Cool. We got 2 things we can do. We can throw against Xavier Rose. We can run at Dorrance. That's all they had. Then when Micah became full-time defensive end, that's when they go, all right, cool, we'll just throw the ball at Xavier Rose. So in the attempt to make this defense fully Teflon, Mozzie and Hankins full-time in the middle, plus your other guys, Gilmore at cornerback 2, and Deron Bland is no slouch because they want to throw at him. He'll just get 5 more picks this year. But now when they think to go, all right, we'll just run the ball at the backside defensive end to the left. Sam Williams is there now, who I think was probably better than Dorrance last year. He just hadn't fully earned it. If Sam Williams shows up and he's really a guy you can trust, hell yeah, Sam Williams is the reason. And he's the damn glue that hold this damn thing together. If he can hold down right defensive end like we really think that he can, send Micah free and give him 20 sacks.
Ooh,
gotta drop him.
No, get a war call, man.
Yeah,
get the war call.
So y'all made me last on this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all my top breakout player.
I was gonna pick him.
It's easier.
Yeah.
Oh, you should. Yeah, that is easy because it's so obvious, right?
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, because I'm gonna even go this far. We not gonna at all miss Amari Cooper. The days of missing Amari Cooper are over. And one of the main reasons I picked him, I could have picked a lot of players. I definitely went with him because I've been paying attention to all of our guests. I paid attention, strong attention to all of our guests. I listened to Aisha. I listened to Brown Brothers. I listened to Clarence Hill. Everybody kept going back to the receiver room. And everybody kept praising Brandon. Everybody kept praising his speed.
Voch Lombardi.
He's going from number one and being a number one receiver to having way less pressure on him, and he's going to abuse that. And because he's on offense, it's going to be a high-profile position, so I think that's why he going to be, even though y'all likely right on your football reasons, right? Because everybody explains excellent football cases of why Sam Williams and his type should be. I just think the glorification of offense is going to make more people hyped up on offense. So I'm going to go with that one. My next one, in terms of who is the next Bland, Steele, or Hendershot? Gonna shock y'all, maybe. I think it's gonna be Hunter.
I knew you was gonna say him.
Why? How you know? Because of Clarence Hill? See,
you know it.
Yeah,
I don't
Clarence,
give it.
yeah,
I
it was
don't
Clarence
give
Hill
a hell
is
when
reason
Clarence
why.
Hill.
Yep. When
Clarence Hill said Stephen Jones.
Yep. Go ahead. You finish my thought. Go for it.
I'm just saying, when Clarence Hill said Hunter Lukey is working with the first, he keep an eye out on him. When Stephen Jones is saying it, dog, y'all already know. When he has a toy, when he likes somebody, when they're already pushing him, he's going to get every opportunity to do good. And to Tuck's point, Tuck has broke down videos about him saying he wasn't just really a fullback. He played multiple positions there.
Right.
You could see the burst when he's on the field. You can see the authority that he runs with, and you can see he's a versatile player. Remember at Green Bay? Cool.
Yeah.
This could be that type of guy, even better with the Cowboys.
And I think mainly because he go get the opportunity. That's why I said Hendershot.
Yeah.
Like when you look at it, Hendershot got his opportunity because it was a lean room last year. You know what I mean? So when we look at the need for power backs, and it's between you and Jones, who is Steven gonna go with?
Oh yeah.
So he go get every opportunity. So that's why I say with him. So out of respect, I want to go ahead and get into the final word. I don't want to keep my guests, both of my guests, our guests, so long. I just want to be courteous to these guys. I appreciate it, especially now during this period where everybody trying to relax. I really appreciate you, Voch and Tuck. You know, just giving us quality content, man, all the time. Y'all are very dependable. And I'm going to say this, didn't they show out? Didn't they just show out today? Like, come on.
Great show. Great show.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and kick off the final word real quick and we'll go around the circle. So obviously
and I'll go after you, boss, because I got to jump off.
Okay, big brother. Well, I want to, say that obviously we've had a lot of media guests, and I'm not gonna lie, I like today because Voch and J Tuck are ours. They are brothers. Both of those guys are doing a fantastic job of being representatives of the community. Voch has the volume behind him, which is amazing. You know what I mean? Self-made, started out the mud, killing the game. Tuck has ESPN behind his name, doing a lot of good work, and I just really appreciate just the work that we all doing together. So my final word is, obviously I like all the guests, but I like this show. I think you guys did what y'all always do. Y'all showed out fantastic knowledge, between Voch and the OC. I really want to see that. I could have watched that and just shut up. So that's my
I got it. I got 2 more plays.
Say, if you want to keep going, big dog. If you want to keep going.
No, I gotta go to bed. Y'all keep going. I gotta go to bed.
Okay. But my final word,
y'all in Texas time. I'm in Ohio time.
Yeah. but my final word is thank both of you, and I appreciate it, and I can't wait till we do some work again. Y'all bet not cheat, everybody, and not hit that like button too. Everybody, y'all need to go to everybody channel, hit that like, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff. But that's my final word, man.
Yeah, man. So salute to all you gentlemen on the panel, man. These are I mean, some of the best content creators in the world, man, not just for the Dallas Cowboys. So, Voch, man, thanks so much for giving your time, man. Continued blessings, man, and much success to you and the volume and everything that you're doing and working so hard on. Man, great job, man, being just an offensive line savant, man, and pushing it forward for the community. J Tuck, as normal, man, great work, man, and appreciate all you guys. Law, Big Game James, and my comrade, my numero uno, Boss Cowboy, one of the baddest, man, in the land, man, producing, doing everything from A to Z, man. So truly appreciate you, gentlemen, and look forward to the season, man. It should be an exciting one for us, and we'll see about a lot of these predictions if they actually came true and how this whole thing shakes out. So it'll be real fun, man. So salute to you guys, and that's my final word.
Appreciate that, OC.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you. Salute. Yeah, man. Just bouncing off OC. I thought this was an amazing night because it felt like it was down home. It felt like it was like Boss said, this was back at the crib. Like you said, we had a lot of the Cowboys people. We're hearing a lot of the inside, but this felt like, hey, we just kicking in and talking like back in the day. And I think that's what the good thing about it was. Once again, salutes to you, Voch. Like you said, started from the bottom, not really from the bottom, but breaking down the videos, what you did your thing, and now where you're elevated now, you and Skit Skywalker still, the community loves seeing that. Continue to do your thing, continue to push that word out, continue to push that Cowboy knowledge out. I love listening to you on the offensive line. That was amazing, especially with I'm a bounce off Boss. That was amazing. Listening to you guys break down the just the nuances because a lot of people don't know those things, and that helps them take a next step in learning the game of football. So we got to appreciate people that do that. Boss, Law, J Tuck, myself, all of us that go out there and try to explain the game. And I just really appreciate both of you guys. Tuck, you know what you've been doing. I love how you've been killing the streets on Twitter, knowing the people, rubbing elbows with everybody. I really love seeing it. Law, my dog. This is just a shout out to the guys that really started this, and I really looked up watching Voch his videos, sharing that stuff. So it's good to see you really making and doing your thing, dog. So salutes to you, and an amazing show today, and glad you could join us. Appreciate you.
And real quick, we do have Sky coming tomorrow, so Sky and Tuck will be back tomorrow. So we're going to continue this. This is the week for the brothers. This is the week to where all the guys that's on the rise, J Tuck, Voch, Sky, all the guys that definitely got good brands behind them now, we get a chance to just fellowship and just talk good ball, and I'm loving it. I'm having a damn good time. Go ahead, Tuck.
Yeah, once again, man, thanks for having me on. And it's natural. This is what I love the most about the Cowboys community, that everyone's doing things and achieving success in their own separate ways, right? But at the end of the day, we always come back to the community because the community is where we all came from, man. So, Voch, that's my guy. Voch was one of the guys who I started watching when it comes to draft content, watching his film breakdown. So I say, let me roll up my sleeves and give it a try. And it kind of led to me getting some new opportunities. So that's what it's all about. Everyone kind of reaching down, uplifting each other, and rocking together and putting our best ideas. So definitely love the show. Always having a fun time. And I was an all-state left tackle in high school. Y'all can't deny y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, hell no.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
No,
bro, come on, Tuck.
I'm telling you. And my fault, he wasn't no slouch. He was the best in the city, too. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hey, salute to West High. You know what I'm saying? Called West High. I was out there. I had no idea what I was doing.
Bro.
I asked my left guard every play who I blocked. He told me what number to get. I was go get him.
It's all fake news. It's phony stuff. It didn't happen.
Wow.
You wild, boss.
That's my dog, man. Because you can't see my dog.
Let that shit happen to me, though.
Left tackle, bro. Left tackle.
Left tackle. Okay,
Left tackle, man.
All right, I'm messing with you, Tuck. Final words, Voch.
Man, this is this is always great. It's always fantastic. It's always a good feeling to get together and do these things. And I just want to say, if anybody's listening right now, we are seen. People see us, and we have come a long way from just being bloggers or just doing this for fun or doing this in our free time and things like that. Some people still doing their free time. That's cool. But you'll be surprised how many people see us, and we don't know that they see us, and they'll see us quietly and they go, look at them, So I always tell people, like, if I could give advice to anybody, not that anybody's asking for it, but I'm like, hey man, just always like make your show your best show, because you never know who's watching. That was just advice that my mother gave me, right? But whatever. But I'm 31 now, and that shit kind of applies, and I try to always put my best foot forward. Boss didn't hit me and say, hey man, have some film ready. I just know if I'm O-line guy, I better have some film ready. So I just, just things like that. I can't have an opinion and not be able to back it up. I can't not come here and not have a thought about what I'm saying or a backing behind what I'm saying. If somebody hears me and they go, I wonder why Voch think that. Nobody ever says it about me, because anything I ever said, I've backed it up. Hey, this is why I feel this way. And I've given you a long reason why I feel this way. And I think it's important to have that, because it separates us from hobbyists. It separates us from who we once were. They can't say we're just some miscellaneous YouTube dudes anymore, because the job that they doing, we doing it better than a lot of them, And I think that comes from, pardon me if I'm being long-winded, but I think that comes from getting it how we got it. We didn't go to any classes to do this. We didn't go to school to do this. Right. We may have watched a video to learn how to set up a camera, how to work OBS, but we didn't get training to do this. There were people that got training to do this, and they all kind of sound the same. But we don't sound like those people because we did this on our own. That's what makes what we do special, this thing of ours, right? And we're all different, because Law got it from the mud differently than I did. Boss got it differently from James. James got it different from me. We got different from OC. So what you have now is this collection of qualified people that all give you something different. Yeah. That's special. That's special. Very. We're not hobbyists anymore. We do this shit for real. Right. We don't have to go mainstream. Mainstream. Hold on. Let me hit this shit. We don't have to go mainstream, because mainstream come to us. What I say. You understand? Like, we don't get reached out to because we sound like other people. We do the things that we do. We get the praise that we get. We get the pats on the back that we get because we are who we are, and we do what we do the way that we do it. You know what I'm saying? We all, everybody thinks Micah Parsons run fast, but it's how we say it, and it's how we present it, and it's the faith that we have in ourselves when we saying it. You know what I'm saying? So anybody that's doing this content thing, man, don't matter what part of the journey you in, like, hey, just keep doing the content thing and keep doing it how you do it. Get it out the mud however you choose to get it out the mud. Don't sound like nobody else. Don't even sound like me. Don't sound like nobody up here. Do it how you do it, because you get rewarded for doing it how you do it. And hey, keep on grinding. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to me. We are more than bloggers and hobbyists. We do this shit for real, humbly, respectfully.
Answers. No doubt. You can't handle the truth.
Yes, indeed, man. Shout out to J Tuck for jumping on. Oh yeah, and he's no longer a special guest. He's family. He's the final word. And also shout out to my guy Voch Lombardi, man, doing unbelievable work. I would say this, man, this guy right here, you make sure everybody that's listening, this dude right here is a trailblazer. He is a one of a kind guy that can talk about this football and give it to us as it relates to us all being in the barbershop and picking up details about it, right? And one thing that the 4-letter, the 3-letter networks can't do, they can't take this away from us. Nope. Because they didn't give it to us. So the Cowboys, this particular group that we got, whereas we talking Cowboy stuff, everybody, mama, uncle, cousin trying to do what we doing right now. The Eagles community, the Washington, the Giants, no shade at them, the Vikings, all of those communities, those small communities, they saying, man, I'm trying to get like y'all, man. I'm trying to do stuff like y'all doing. But we getting it out of the mud. We the blueprint for all of this because everybody's looking. And the way we are operating by being this type of show of giving our opinions, giving our thoughts, our ideals out there, and it's gravitating. Everybody wants to do this. It's unique, man. The Cowboys, we are doing some wonderful things for the nation, and we are the new media. Man, y'all put that in the chat because I believe it. We are the new media, and everybody, look, truth be told, they watching, like Voch said. like Boss said, and like Big Game James said, they are watching, and we are delivering nothing but the best, man. So hey, let's go, let's get it. That's my final words. Let's continue to grind and shine, baby. Let's
3, 2, 1, drop it.
And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go.
Revolutionary. I see you. The final word.
All right, that was the final word.
Dope. To you, man, Voch. Shout out to you, J Tuck. Y'all doing your thing.
That's matches right there.
NTZ. Same hometown, y'all. Believe it or not.
Special guest to the final word.
Voch Lombardi.
All right, now let me hit that real button.
Define.
Hit that real button. Let's go.
I like how that guy come in.
Yeah,
Lombardi.
man. Enjoy it, man. Love all you guys. Keep grinding. Thank you, Voch.
So shout out to Wakanda.
Yeah, I just wanna run it up. Can I check or something? I've been really in the field, let up. Yeah, I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to.
And if it was up to me, if it was up to little old me to make a pick,
little old
it would probably go a little something like this. And with the 17th pick of the 2020 Dallas Cowboys NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select
CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb. Oh.
Man, if we would have been in Vegas that night, it happened.
I will move down.
The smart thing would be to move down, but the Cowboys historically don't.
Boss could be a trade down here with Justin. We got to trade. We got to trade.
BossCowboySports and the OC.
We got to trade.
I said this is the place to move.
We were just sitting here talking Justin Fields.
I said it loud and clear. This is the place to move down.
Go hard, or go home. Go home. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home. Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go.
I love Parsons as a rush defensive end, right? If you draft him and you put him on the end, turn him into another DeMarcus Ware. Let him rush the quarterback, get upfield, and create damage to the other opposing offense.
We got the pick.
Man, here it is.
We got the pick.
Yeah, this gotta be Parsons. Like, Parsons the best player available.
Go home. Yeah, these championship rings on my hands now. In my head, I'm top 10, yeah, that's hands down. With squad, nigga, looking man down. Funny how foes turn to friends now.
So the Cowboys just selected Jake Ferguson with pick 129. Hey, I'm good. I love the pick. I love the player. I know that a lot of people will say that this is probably a reach. This is about where I had Jake Ferguson. Really solid player from Wisconsin. He can do all of it. He can block. He can run routes. He can actually make people miss in the open field.
Have a race car like a Atari now. Call filling up, I need product again. Treat the business like a playground, might slide on you. Don't me wrong, might slide on you. Do a backflip, cause I'm mad rich. I'm the definition of what that is. Go hard, or go home. 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 Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard,